That's the one thing that's like allowing me to wheel with Jeff now, is his tires are trash. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Josh. This is Ohio Off-Road. We got Jeff here. So we've been getting a lot of messages lately on doing a walk around on the YJ. So we never really do walk around, so we really don't know how to go about this. This is just how we do things. Just wing it, and hopefully it turns out okay. All right, so we're gonna start at the front and walk around. All right, guys, let's do it.
So I'm kind of working on it right now. The steering, all the Heim joints were kind of blown out, so I have this put together. So I need to get that done, but the front axle is just, it's an 05 Super Duty Dana 60 with the Moto-Built truss on it, PSC steering, and I think the TMR high steer knuckles I welded on, which actually one of them broke off and we welded it on a long time ago at Roush Creek.
Yeah, you gotta tell them.
Still holding.
Tell them that story.
Then I saw this weld just broke. And our buddy Pat welded it back up with, what, a 110 flux core welder?
A 110 flux core welder.
Put like 6 passes on it.
He's put tons and tons of passes on it. And that was like the what? Maybe like the...
That was the second time I was out, I think.
Yeah, because it was like right after Moab.
Yeah.
And the second time he's out, and he broke that knuckle, and then...
And it's still holding, and I'm not changing it until it breaks again.
Yeah, a little 110 welder did all that work. Now, Pat is a very, very good welder, so that definitely helps, but
yeah,
he did all that and with that little welder on a very cold day at Roush Creek, and it's been holding there for the past 2 years.
I think we used a couple bottles of nap gas keeping it hot. So the other thing I have is an ARB locker in the front.
Yep.
And I kind of like the lockers. I know a lot of people want spools and everything, but it's kind of nice to be able to turn.
I agree with the locker. Everybody makes fun of ARBs. That's probably the only thing I'll run is ARBs. They're strong. Eaton E-lockers had all those issues a couple years back where they kept breaking like right off the first bat, and ARBs don't have that problem. They leak, but if you get them set up right, he hasn't had a problem yet with them leaking, and it's been 2 years.
2.5 years, and
but
I've never had a leak.
For me, it seems like we get 2 good years out of our lockers, and then one of the seals goes, and we just got to dig through it and get the locker. But I like it better than having a mechanical auto locker where you don't know when it's going to lock up, and a spool that's always locked. So
yeah, we have friends with spools front and rear, and it's just watching them turn.
Yep,
it struggles.
Yeah,
to do that.
Yeah, so we're team ARB. Hey, ARB, send me some money. I'm just kidding. All right, let's go to the next stuff.
I got the Warn Xeon 10S, and I had to get that because I knew I'd probably be pulling Josh out every once in a while.
Yeah, stupid 4-doors are heavy. Really, really heavy.
It works well. I flipped them back over. We pulled them out of Trail 15.
Oh, yeah.
And I pulled trees over with this. Pulled lots and lots of people, and it's never died.
Yeah. Never a problem with the Warns. There's a reason why to go Warn.
I think the more expensive ones, though, not the Evos or something.
Yeah, there's another one that's made in China. These ones are still made in Washington, I believe, Washington State. So the more expensive ones are the ones you want to go with, in my opinion. You guys do whatever you want, but I don't know.
I've used this thing so many times.
Yeah.
It's probably going to need a line replacement, but I'll get that soon.
It's one of those, like, for safety stuff, you really don't want to cheap out. And if your winch stops working when you really need it to, you got a problem.
The front, I have 16-inch King coilovers, the 2.5s, and then bump stops as well.
What size are the bump stops?
They're just 3-inch. Then the whole suspension's a Moto-Built. It's the whole 4-link suspension kit. Which actually works well.
It works really, really well. Everybody's probably seen the videos and they see how it works.
Yeah.
And this Jeep just flat out works. That's an easy way to put it. Just works.
The only thing that I have an issue with that I need to work on is this drive shaft. It hits the upper control arm mount. So I need to do a 2-piece, and I was gonna do that this winter, but I've had too many other projects that can't get to this.
Yep.
Along with doing like a full cage, I wanted to get to that this past winter, and I failed on that as well.
He's been doing other things. I was say, you want to say anything about the sliders? Who makes those ones?
Well, those are Shrockworks. I bought them a long time ago. I saw them for the TJ, and I was like, oh, I'll try them out. I kind of like them because they go all the way under there.
Yeah.
But I want to actually build some better ones. Cause
they actually go into that body mount, right?
Yeah, they go into the body mount.
Oh, sorry, Tawny. We got Jeff's pup right there. Her name's Tawny.
She likes to be in the way.
Yeah, she bumped me.
The other thing, I did buy the Swag Offroad body mounts. They're in the other room. I need to weld those on and cut them off because I have bent. Actually, when we got back from Sand Hollow, I noticed this one's bent. Like it's
it
coming down. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's that Moto-Built kit he's talking about. The double 4-link front and rear.
Yeah. Actually, I'd prefer to get another skid plate for it. Because this thing's actually, this one here's bowed up after South Dakota.
Oh, wow, it is.
Yeah, it bowed up like an inch.
Yeah. Yeah, the Moto-Built kit's pretty simple, right? Because it's just when you line it up, right? They already give you a bolt hole to put it in.
You use the original bolt holes there,
which
I broke one off, and it's going to stay in the other side of the frame forever.
Yeah, so you just do the bolt holes and then you just weld it, and it's a lot of welding, but you'd see it hangs down what, maybe 2 inches, 3 inches?
Yeah,
but it's not
3 inches.
It's not bad.
I still have 20 inches of belly clearance.
Yeah, it's something impressive.
And it's not that tall of a Jeep. I think
it's not.
Right now I'm still at 8 PSI, and I think I'm 75 inches to the top of the window frame there.
Yeah, you're probably right around there. 75, 76. I think my JK is 76.
Yeah.
Just about 76, 77.
Thing is, like, this thing is so stable.
Yep. Super low, weighs nothing.
And all the weight's in the axles and the tires, basically. Yep. I'm still running a stock engine in this.
The mighty 4-liter.
The original, like the very first one for the Wranglers.
Yeah.
I had the AX15 in there. I broke that the first day out, 3 days before I had to go to Moab. And took Josh's transmission out of his Jeep. Stayed up till about 1 o'clock in the morning. My neighbor and his brother came over, and we swapped that out here on the floor. And then I also bought a Rubicon transfer case.
Yeah,
there.
Out of a JK.
Yeah, 2012 JK case.
If you get a manual JK Rubicon case, they will fit these NV3550s and the AX15s. If you get a 2011 to 2007 automatics, they will also fit. But if you get an automatic from 12 to 17, it's not going to go in there. The hole's different, and you have to have a female or a male input where it doesn't line up. But if you do anything, just get a manual out of a manual and put them in there, and you're good. One bad thing is he doesn't have a speedometer.
Yeah, I don't have any gauges hardly anymore. They all just quit working. And now I don't have the RPMs, the speedometer, no gas gauge. I have oil pressure and the alternator. So it tells me if I'm charging.
That's all you need. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You got all the gauges.
I have the important ones. If you're putting a Rubicon case in out of a JK, everything's backwards, so
oh yeah,
I just turn this and it's upside down, so at least I know what I'm doing.
Yep. So he knows which one it is, but the knob is upside down, so he has it figured out.
What'd I do? I had to make a bracket for it too.
Yeah, you did. You have to make a bracket off of the one thing so it would flip it or something.
Yeah, so it wasn't too hard though. The back, I did the Moto Built back half kit. That wasn't really that bad to do either. I made sure everything fit. I cut the frame and then took it in the other room there and put it on a table, a fixture table, and welded it, and then brought it out here. And I think I had to run a piece of angle there to keep the spacing right.
Yep.
But the one thing that I wish they had, and I actually put it in, was a cross member in this thing. I had to put a cross member up under here that went all the way across it, which fortunately I did, because this thing, I parked it up at the top of the driveway on the edge, and I don't have parking brakes, I have a line lock, and the pressure went off and it rolled back into a tree and pushed that in about
kinked that bumper pretty bad.
Yeah. But if I didn't have that cross member, it would have also got into the tailgate and the body, and then
that would have been bad.
Sad.
Yep, I'll show you guys the cross member. So this is that cross member you put in. Just nice little, easy, simple cross member.
Yeah, I had to keep it small enough so it wouldn't hit the rear axle.
Yep. Yeah, put a triangles right to the pull point. Makes it nice and strong, but it still hit that and bent that in. That's his cross member he built.
For the suspension on the back, they're 16-inch 2.5 coilovers again. What I ended up having to do, because they are so tall, is I bought the TMR towers, and you're supposed to cut the frame and weld them inside the frame. But because they're so tall, I had to put it up a lot higher. And I just welded a couple gussets in there just to add some more weld to it. And I mean, I've bottomed this thing out multiple times and never had an issue with it.
And he built this sweet little bridge. I really like this little bridge you put in there, because it looks cool, and then it's like functional too, because it strengthens it all up, right? It strengthens the towers where it's not going to cave in. And then it's like the perfect little spot to put the reservoirs.
Yeah, it works real well.
Yeah.
I have the Moto Built fuel cell. The only thing, I don't think back then, when I bought this, they had the extenders. So my fuel pump sits like 4 or 5 inches from the bottom. And I'm always, basically I'll use 11 gallons of fuel and I'll run out of gas. When this is about, it holds 18 gallons. So I need to fix that. I'm going to Good Evening Ranch here in a couple weeks, and I'm hoping to get that fixed before then. The rear is just a 14 bolt with ARB lockers again.
Yeah, 538s or?
Yeah, 538s with the, it's like the Moto Built competition style truss. So there's 2 trusses in one.
Yeah, it's a big one with the full shave on it too.
Yeah, the TMR shave. This thing's actually kind of nice because it makes these openings here, I don't have to put the tie downs. I just put a chain hook right on there and it makes for tying this thing down real quick. The only other thing really about it is I tried to, I did strengthen the cage up a little bit.
Yeah.
We did. So originally I had the stock seats and they were blown out. And after one day, my back was killing me. And then we were in Harlan, and it leaned me way over on one of the rocks. Was it rail trail or something?
Yeah, I think it was rail trail or rail bed. Yeah. One of the two. I get them mixed up.
Yeah. So basically, they didn't have any of this bolstering here, the original seats. So it sent me way over, and I put my hand out like an idiot. So as soon as I got home, I ordered these seats and got the harness, and then I think before we went out, I don't know, we might have went to Windrock.
Yeah.
I put the harness bar in there.
Yep.
And that holds me in a lot better.
Yeah, we did a little video. It was where he did like the poor man's cage, right? So he just did the harness bar. He did the kick downs all the way to the floor, somewhere down there. And then he did this whole V bar and dash bar with some extra supports up there. just to kind of keep it a little bit safer, because I've been having a panic attack watching him off-road with how much he's comfortable leaning this thing over and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, it's fine. I don't see a problem. I'm sitting there having a panic attack. But he's like, yeah. But he finally got a cage in. Well, a poor man's cage. But
I have all the tube over there to build
Yep.
an actual cage. And it's gonna get tied into the frame, and I'm also gonna do the same thing. I'll build this whole area, mount the seats to it.
Mount the seats right to the cage.
Yeah, because what's happening right now is the floor is starting to rip.
Yep. Oh yeah, you see the crack right there.
Yeah, it's happening in two. I think it's happening on that side. I don't know. But I can't keep going with that.
Yeah. What, wheelbase and stuff like that and tires?
When I started building this thing, there's actually still lines on the floor. I painted lines, put chalk lines there, and I wanted this thing to be 112 inches. That was the plan. And things got messed up when I put these in there, because I didn't have room, because I put the fuel cell in there. So it ended up being a 116-inch wheelbase. So basically like four-door Jeep, a four-door JK.
She's long, but I don't know. I like that 116. You even push it a little bit past 116. I think that's where it is with 42s.
Yeah. Yeah, it works real well. It doesn't really get that tippy.
Yeah. Super stable.
Yeah.
Super stable.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of sucks is out here.
Right.
It's more built for out west. And it works really well, minus the tires.
Right. Yeah.
Those tires.
So
I've never seen a tire in the land of traction spin and not grip anything.
Yeah. So he's running Super Swamper IROX 42 by what, 14s? But they're 42 inches. DOT tires. So bias ply, DOT. They are not very good.
No, they are bad. Yeah. When we were in Sand Hollow, I did You Gotta Be Nuts, and Josh just walked halfway up it, and I pull up there, and I tried to do the same thing. I sat right at the bottom, just spun. And I had to give it a lot of gas just to make it up that, which kind of sucked. Eventually, I'll get new tires.
Yep.
I'll run these till.
Yeah, you got another couple of years off of them.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing that's like allowing me to wheel with Jeff now, is his tires are trash. Because now he is a better driver than I am, and his Jeep is significantly better, but his tires are not good. So
eventually I'll have better tires.
Yep.
Probably keep the same wheels.
Yeah. The wheels are sweet. The wheels are what, race lines?
Yeah.
So I like the wheels.
They need cleaned.
Yeah.
The whole Jeep needs cleaned right now. It's messy.
He was just at our local off-road park a couple weeks ago, so he never got it cleaned.
Yeah, I hosed it off, and that was about it.
You wanted to show him the towers, or the hoops.
Oh, yeah.
And the engine bay.
Eventually, the plan is going to be to tie everything in. Oh, and I cracked this thing. The weld on the fender.
Generate, help a brother out.
Oh, again, there's nothing special in here. This will get cleaned up.
Yeah.
It bothers me looking in here.
Yeah. Get cleaned up, maybe get 2 more cylinders in there in a V pattern.
That's on the way.
Yeah. And an automatic.
Big things are coming.
Big things are coming. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
You guys will be shocked. So what is V8 automatic? Where are you going to go V8, keep manual?
It's going to probably be automatic, I think.
Automatic.
I don't know what. I almost bought a Turbo 400 not too long ago.
Yep.
Probably be a 5.3. I'd like a 6.0, but
5.3s.
I don't really need it.
Yeah, 5.3s are a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And more plentiful.
Right.
Yeah, but he used, generate hoops. So these are just generate hoops. We had to custom down them and put them in there. And it comes with a cross brace. and then he's able to hold his reservoirs in there. And then it just like barely clears the top of the hood too. So
yeah,
like it is all the way up there.
Yeah, it actually, there's little dimples on the hood here from when I first got everything put together.
Right there.
Yeah, right there is.
Yep.
It's smashed up into that. And what did we cut off of this? 3 or 4 inches off of the...
3 inches or so, I think it was.
Yeah.
To get the Generate Highline fenders in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's basically everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Other than the last thing under the hood was a Griffin radiator.
So because this front axle's pushed so far forward and his stance is low, when he would go full bump, his axle would actually get into the stock radiator.
Yeah, the tabs for the upper control arms would hit that.
So he had to order a completely custom radiator, and that was a lot of money. So if you're trying to do a build like this, the radiator will shock you for how much it costs.
Yeah, I think $1,200–1,300.
Yeah, it is. I remember you telling me it was wild.
Yeah, they're expensive.
All right, and that's going to be it for the walk around on the YJ. Like I said, we're not very good at doing walk arounds. We don't know how to do it. But hopefully we covered everything you guys were asking for. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out to us. He's Impulse Offroad, Impulse_Offroad on Instagram. So you can just send him a message or just send me a message on YouTube or my Instagram, Ohio Off-Road Adventures. And we can definitely help you out and answer your questions. But this was definitely a long build. I think it took him 2 years to do it.
2 years.
So
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It took my time.
Yeah, he definitely took his time. Took it 2 years to do it as a part. He rode it one time when it was a stock Jeep, maybe a couple times.
Yeah, I went to Southington and I took it to AOA once.
Yeah.
I drove 500 miles. And
Yeah, drove 500 miles, ripped it apart. So that's pretty much it. Well, I don't know. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that fun YouTube stuff. All right, guys. Adios.